Welcome to the 12th edition of the Mercedes-Benz Classic Car Rally. And in 2025 this year, we have over 100 cars to showcase. This year, we take a special look at all the SLs or the two-seat sports cars Mercedes made, some custom-made long wheelbase cars, and of course, you can look at every single edition of the popular cars like the E-Class and the S-Class at the show. This year's MBCCR is brought to you with special partner Rustomjee. First up, let's take a look at all the generations of the SL sports car. Now, four stunning 190 SLs here, and this incredible blue example belonged to Maharani Gayatri Devi of Jaipur. It's today owned by Johan Punawala. And just look at that stunning interior finish in blue and chrome. And carrying on from the 190 SL is this, the W113, also known as the Pagoda because of that hard top. Now, while the 190 wasn't performance-oriented, these, the 230s and the 280s, were engineered by a man called Rudolf Uhlenhaut. He was the same guy who made Mercedes' Grand Prix winning cars. And this one was extremely quick. Many say as fast as a Ferrari 250 on a track. Remember, Mercedes wanted the second generation to be a performance car as well. So the Pagodas only got straight 6 engines, 230s, 250s and 280s. And there was no 190 or a 4-cylinder engine. The next SL in line is this R107, also known as the Panzerwagen. It was so tough that it could survive almost anything. And Mercedes made a huge number of these cars over 18 years, almost 300,000, and that's including that hardtop or the coupe. Now, this 80s SL is known as R129, and it's probably the one that started the modern classic movement. These cars are getting more and more popular and expensive, and they come in a huge variety. That one was the first SL to be sold in India, the R230, and that sort of rounds off the SLs. Now let's take it up a notch. Of course, there's another one, not exactly an SL, but the icon, the SLS, the one with the gullwing doors. It also has that 6.3-litre naturally aspirated engine up front, and this car is ramping up in price like you wouldn't believe. Some of these worth up to 5 crores today, pretty incredible. Now, every single S-Class here on display, that's what Mercedes calls the first one, the first S or the Sonder class with its bold straight lines. It's called the W116, and after that came the very tech-advanced 126 that actually pioneered a lot of technology with a whole raft of engines. We have 4 of them right here, including a diesel back there. And as you can see, these are mainly SELs, the SEL, L standing for the long wheelbase. It's the toughest, most rugged S-Class ever. It was the last one to be built by engineers on engineering budgets rather than marketing and sales budgets. And that there is an SEC, the coupe version of the 126. Most of these cars incredibly went under the moniker of the best car in the world. Autocar UK shifting that tag from Rolls-Royce. Another car that has come a long way, this G-Wagon. All the way from Kerala. Now, this is not the original, this is not the 460 or the first one. This is the 461, the second generation, but very little actually changed on this car. Of course, the G-Wagon unique as being the only Mercedes designed specifically for military application and then adapted for civilian use. Now, there are 2 very interesting facts about this car. The first, it was specifically designed for the Shah of Iran, who wanted it for his military. And the second, did you know this car has won the Paris-Dakar? It's the only Mercedes to have done it. And that car got a 6-cylinder engine from the SL and enhanced aerodynamics to enable it to do 200 kilometers an hour on the sand. Now, from a rugged outlier to the car that helped keep Mercedes alive after the war years. Now, this car was called the 170 and it was a pretty basic 4-cylinder with a simple chassis and suspension system. But it sustained Mercedes from 1935 to 1955. And here we have 6 stunning examples of the car, including this soft top here and a whole variety of other 4 doors and 2 doors. What's also interesting is how Mercedes evolved this car. Later 170S's got independent rear suspension. Now for something new. It's not just people who dress up, cars dress up too. Now these cars here come from what is called the Tribute class. That here is the first AMG race car. It's designed to look like the first AMG race car. It's a W109 S-Class with a massive 6-liter V8 engine in it. And it did so well in races. It placed second overall in the 24 hours of Spa-Francorchamps in 1971. And did I tell you what this car is called? It's called the Rot Sow or the Red Pig, obviously because of the paint job. A fun fact, the Red Pig race car even used air suspension. This one is based on a W123 coupe and was used to rally, even placing well in places like Monte Carlo on its tight roads. These two, of course, are tribute cars redesigned to look like the originals. The Red Pig replica belongs to Vegada and the C123 Pratap Singh Gaikwad. Now for some AMGs. Also interesting, this AMG class, now we have 3 of them here. That's the SLK with the 55 engine, the non-supercharged one. This one gets the supercharged version of it, the M113K, a really robust, powerful engine, 5.5 litre supercharged. And that there is the famous 6.2 or badged 6.3 naturally aspirated V8. This is one of the most iconic AMG engines you can get. And right here, you can see the evolution of the E-Class, Mercedes' mainstay product in India, from these pontons. Ponton famously was Mercedes' first car that used a monocoque chassis. To this fin tail, this one's called the fin tail because of the back. That 115 here, that's the 123. We have 3 examples of this. And we finally come to this white car here, which is a W124, this white and blue one. While the W124 was the first E-Class sold in India and the first Mercedes, these cars are imports. This one particularly. Now what's interesting is that this is a 400, the only V8 W124 in India, and that is a W210, the next car that was sold in India as well. Up next, high-tech and stunning elegance. Now this 300SC is an extremely important car bought by Pranlal Bhogale from the ruler of Sikkim. Next, a pair of 1000 SELs. Now sure, there's no Mercedes model like this and the badge has been put there by the aftermarket modifiers. But what a pair, and to have them both finished in black, these W126 stretch limos look stunning. What makes them even more interesting is that they belonged to Osho and Vijay Mallya. And both came with custom interiors, the likes of which you would never believe back in the day. A video player, crystal decanters. These cars had the works. The event started on Saturday and that day was reserved for classic car enthusiasts who had a field day. Being able to connect directly with our audience felt special. We were also humbled by the kind words of our chief guest, Cabinet Minister for Information Technology and Cultural Affairs, Ashish Shelar.
As a Bandra, as a local representative, as a minister also, I feel this is a pride for Bandra, pride for Mumbai. And the Mumbaikas waiting for such event, and I feel this is a pride for Mumbai and India also.
We also asked what made this year's event special. Curator Perseus Bandrawala had some interesting insights.
So I think what is different about this year's show is that we have veteran cars like the Nürburgring, 2 modern classic icons like the SLS AMG, which is a 2013 car. So we have cars across 85 years, which are at the show at the same place at the same time. And what is even more interesting is we really pioneered the modern classic movement. So we really have a younger generation who like the young timer cars, and we have the veteran collectors who have their veteran cars. So I think I'm very happy that we started the tribute class last year, and this year the tribute class has really grown the quality of cars. And as you can see, we have a Red Pig replica and a Carlson Rally replica. We also have a few tributes to AMG and Brabus. And I think what MBCCR has done is it has really kickstarted the tribute class in the country. And that is something we're very proud of.
So our 12th edition of the MBCCR, it's never been bigger. We thought our 10th edition, the 10th anniversary was big, but this has surpassed it. And I think clearly what's happened is that we are seeing the enthusiasm for classic Mercs just absolutely exploding. Cars are coming out of the woodwork. They're being restored to fantastic condition with great stories to come specifically for this event.
The show also saw two reveals. The first, a W124 diesel belonging to the state of Udaipur. And then we had Johan Poonawala's SLS, recently back after a fresh restoration. Sharad Singh Mewar spoke about the connection with his W124.
There's certainly a sentimental value attached to it, which I think gives me great joy in sharing this car with the rest of the world as well. This was perhaps one of the first cars that I drove my dad in once I got my license, you know. So there is a lot of emotions attached to it. There's a lot of sentiment attached to it. And I think one of the ways to honor dad was to be able to restore this, because he used this vehicle exceptionally extensively. And obviously in the automobile world and in the Mercedes world, this is something that we all adore and look forward to, built to drive, and that's what we wish to and intend to do today.
And we asked Johan Poonawala to tell us about his SLS.
This car was an icon the day it was born. And this car is very special. It has a special history to it. It was the spare safety car at the Bhod Formula 1 circuit when Formula 1 first came to India. And after the Formula 1 was discontinued, it happened to come up for sale. And I was lucky enough to grab her just in time. She's just come out freshly out of a restoration. And Perseus has played a very big part in that restoration. He put his heart and soul into it.
His wife Michelle too spoke about her favorite.
So this car is especially special because it belonged to the late Maharani Gayatri Devis. All the other cars are always the Maharajas, and this one particularly is a Maharani, and she was very elegant and one of the most stylish women in her days. And I think if you see the car and you see the color, the Jaipur blue, you can see that it's just a very elegant car.
As ever, a wealth of information can be gleaned from owners.
It's a special car. It's a 300SC, which is a cabriolet.
Right.
And the cabriolet is actually noticed by these horizontal marks over here on the body, and only 200 were made in the world, and this is the only surviving one in India right now.
So I acquired this car about 20 years ago from Nitin Dosha, who acquired it from Krishna Hathi Singh's auction. I believe that it was originally Panditji Nehru's car, registered in his sister's name, Krishna Hathi Singh. It's got history. Beautiful car, as all Mercedes-Benz cars are. To answer your question, why we come here year after year, I think from all the shows in the country, Mercedes puts the best show up. Treats us well. It's a lovely display, beautiful cars.
This is my R129. It's the first car I've ever owned. And I waited till last year when I actually got it, because when it came out in 1989, when I first saw the picture, I just loved the silhouette. And I love it with the hard top, with the soft top, open, the whole deal. It's beautiful. It's got lovely engines. It's just a nice car.
Well, I bought the car about a year and a half ago. She was a solid car, but obviously needed a lot of mechanical work. The paint was also looking a little tired. So we just did an overcoat of paint just to freshen it up. But the mechanicals, the engine, we've rebuilt the engine, we've done the suspension, the brakes. So she actually runs better than she looks.
This is my car. It's a W126 500SE, and this has the pre-merger AMG kit and wheels on it. So that is why this is more exclusive than the other cars. This, I've been having it for the last 15 years. I got married in this car. I have driven a lot to Goa, Mumbai, a lot of road trips on this car from Chennai. So that makes it very special. And this model particular, the 500SE, is very rare in India. probably 2 or 3 cars are there.
This is a W08 Nürburgring 460 8-cylinder, and I believe it was owned by the Maharaja of Darbhanga. Previously, he was the first owner. I acquired the car from Mr. Goenka about 4 years ago. Yeah, we do drive it almost every Sunday.
The display on Saturday was followed by a gala dinner. And then what made this year's event even more special was that we had the entire coastal road to drive on. The elevated views, the wide open vistas, it was stunning. Which of these cars will you dream of tonight? Tell us in the comments below.